Welcome, 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 Cacaoistas. I'm Sorrell, plant spirit medicine woman, and I'm here to guide you through a journey, a shamanic journey with Mama Cacao to connect us with the spirit of buffalo medicine. And this journey is inspired by a drum that I recently birthed into being. This is my little buffalo drum, and they're called heyoka. And heyoka is a word for a tribal member who can act as the joker and make people see the truth through laughter. Maybe sometimes we get a bit too serious and we need to remember to laugh at ourselves. And it can help us to tune into our shadow in a more playful way rather than get too serious about it, which is something that can happen on these spiritual paths. Many times we can get a bit too serious about our spiritual path. So this little drum heyoka is going to help us to be more playful. So they're going to be helping us with our journey today just by resting with us on the altar. And they just wanted to come and hang out as a buffalo. This is made from buffalo skin as well. And the second thing I want to share with you about buffalo medicine, I'll move through when we are drinking our cacao. So what we want to do when we're journeying together with Mama Cacao assisting us through this process is to cleanse our energy field. Then we're going to call in the 7 directions with our cacao as an offering to each of those directions before we drink it ourselves. It's okay if you've drunk your cacao already, and it's okay if you're not having any cacao at all. You can still join me in the calling in of these directions in whatever way works for you. So let's begin, and then once we've done that, you can enjoy your cacao or just sit with me while I guide you through the process of the journey that we'll be going on together with the gongs. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to place our hands in front of our hearts, and we're going to carry the energy from our hearts over the top of our heads. So we'll do that now, just tuning into your heart. Imagine that your heart chakra is opening and that you're pouring love and light out into your heart. Let's take that energy up over our heads and let's share it with the universe. And now the universe is always showering us with love and light, but in this moment we're opening up to receive it fully. So let's allow the universe to shower us with love and light, and we collect it in our arms like they're a giant goblet. And now we're going to pour it over the outside of our energy field, like there's a bubble around us, and we're just cleansing the bubble. And we take our hands all the way down to the ground, and then we give it to the earth. Mother Earth gobbles up any energy which doesn't belong to us, the same way as when we put our banana skins on the compost heap, they turn into soil. She's going to take away any of that heavy energy, any of the projections, any of the energy that we've moved through that's got stuck to us. And she's going to gobble it up and transform it. Thank you, Mama. Coming back to our hearts now. Allowing our hearts to open and pour love and light into our hands. Let's scoop that energy up over our heads. Open up and share it with the universe. Allow ourselves now to receive the universal love and light that's available for us. And now let's bring it through the bubble. So we're cleansing the space between the edge of our bubble and our skin. And this is considered to be an emotional layer of energy. So if there's any anxiety, any stress, any kind of static, anything which is uncomfortable in that space, we're cleansing it away now. We're washing it all the way down to the ground. Like we're in the shower, a universal shower of love and light. And we give it to Mother Earth. Thank you, Mama, for taking that energy off us. For any reason you can't reach the floor, maybe your back's not in a good place to do that, then you can just shake your hands, shake your feet, so that we are releasing the energy fully. Coming back to the heart, gathering the love and light from the heart, scooping it up over the top of our heads, sharing it with our universe, allowing the universe to shower us with love and light. Allow yourself to receive, bringing that energy, that abundant energy, all the way through the physical layer now, through the chakra system, through the energy field, through the meridians of the body, the cells of the body and the spaces in between, all the way down to the ground, And we give it to Mother Earth, thanking her for taking that energy off us. Now we're ready to call in the 7 directions. So I'm going to take my cup of cacao. Now I have drunk my cacao earlier so that I can talk to you and so that you are in the right space drinking your cacao while I'm holding space for you. So as I hold my cup of cacao, I'm going to turn and face each of the directions that we're calling in, and I'm going to say a little prayer to invoke those directions to create sacred space for us, to protect us in a sphere. And so if you will join me and try to tune in to the energies of the East. Maybe you know where the sun rises, but if not, don't worry. Just imagining that you're connecting in with the East. And I'm going to turn my back to you while I face East to begin with. Connecting in with the spirits of the East, we welcome you. We welcome the fire. We welcome the dawn and the rising sun. We welcome this opportunity to begin again, a new day afresh. We welcome in the spirit of condor and eagle. Help us to fly high into the sky, connecting up with the medicine that Great Spirit has available to us today, with the spiritual energy of buffalo. We are calling you in, and we welcome you and share our cacao with you. Aho. Now I turn to face the south direction, and as I'm calling in the spirits of the south, we welcome them. We welcome our beloved spirits of the south. We welcome the water and the flow of life, the day and the warmth of the noon sun. And we welcome in the spirit of snake, who teaches us how to connect with Mother Earth, heartbeat to heartbeat, and how also to release the past, the way she sheds her skin, so that we can expand and evolve into the beings that we are born to blossom into. We welcome you and share our cacao with you. Aho. Now connecting in the west direction. We call upon the spirits of the west. We call the earth and the fertility of life, the dusk and the setting sun. We call upon the spiritual energy of Mama Jaguar. Mama Jaguar teaches us how to be brave warriors and warrioresses, to face the shadows, to integrate them. As we go into the darkness, we see the shadow, and we can bring it back into the light for healing and integration. We welcome you. Aho. Share our cacao. Connecting in now with our friends in the north. We call upon the spirits of the north, the night, the bright moon shining, the air and clarity of thought, our ancestors, those past before us and those yet to be born. We welcome you to our ceremonial space today. And we welcome Hummingbird, who teaches us to trust the path we're on and also to only accept the best in our lives, the way she only drinks the sweetest nectar. Beloved ones, we welcome you and share our cacao with you. Aho. And now we come down again to the ground to touch the earth. And as I reach down and touch the earth and I humble myself in her presence, we are inviting Mama Earth to hold space for us in space for this ceremony. Please help us today, Mama Earth, to connect with our relation, the buffalo, so that we can understand the teachings that buffalo brings to humanity. Buffalo has been guiding us for thousands of years on our spiritual paths. Help us now connect again with the buffalo energy so that we can learn what we need to learn and see what we need to see today to grow and teach us whatever lessons we are ready for, individually and collectively. We call upon all our plant spirit medicine friends, and we give a special gratitude to Mama Cacao. We also want to call in the stone people. We want to call in all the animals, the furry, the feathered, the fin, the creepy crawly, the slithery slimy. We welcome them all. We welcome in our friends, the mushrooms, and the friendly bacteria. I'm also going to welcome in the invisible ones, the spirits that may be present here to play with us and to enlighten us and to teach us. So please welcome in the fairies and the elves and any other invisible beings that are here for our benefit. We're tuning in to good vibes only today. Thank you for joining us. And we share our cacao with you. Aho! And connecting up with those above us now. First of all, we connect in with Father Sky. Thank you, Father Sky, for wrapping your loving arms around us, Mother Earth, and all of her children. We thank you for the breath of life, the winds of change, the blue skies and the grey. And we share our cacao with you. Oh. And now we want to connect in with Grandmother Moon, thank you, Mama, Grandfather Sun, the star nations, and all of our cosmic realm relations. We welcome you, and we share our cacao with you all. Oh, connecting in to our hearts. This is where we connect in collectively with Great Spirit, who has 1,000 names and yet is still unnameable. This is a connection to creative energy. However you name it, that's fine. We are all welcome on this path. And we share our cacao with Great Spirit. Oh. Now tuning in to anybody else you would like to call into your ceremony. Maybe you have a specific guide that you work with, or an ancestor that you would like to call in, or an animal spirit you'd like to call in. Just tuning in now. Share your cacao with them. And now we can drink our cacao. So please start settling down into your space. Enjoy your cacao if you're drinking some. And I'm going to guide you through verbally first the process that we're going to go on together, so that you can feel that you know what to expect. And just in case you drift off a little bit during the journey time, which can happen, then you'll remember consciously what we're doing and you can find your way. So just take a little sip of water. Okay. So the teachings of Buffalo. Buffalo will guide you today on your own journey. However, there are certain things which are very archetypal that I want to share with you that are not just archetypal to buffalo, but in Europe, where we didn't have buffalo, we had bison, then they are the same stories. So you may also wish to use that word interchangeably and call in, if you prefer, if you're a Northern European, then you might prefer to call in the bison energy today. Whatever works for you, it's all good. I think of it a little bit like cats. The Archangel Michael is the overseer, the angelic protector spirit for all cats, no matter how tiny or big they are. So from the tiniest little kitten to the biggest tiger. Archangel Michael will be protecting all of those. So this is how the archetypal energy of buffalo and bison are similar and have the same lesson for us. And they move and they live in a similar way to each other. The first lesson that we can tune in to with buffalo or bison is the lesson of abundance, to recognize the abundance that we have here, that we live in a world of plenty, that we have an abundance of everything we need, but sometimes we are feeling more into the story of lack, and we have a tendency to see what we don't have rather than what we do have. Buffalo also teaches us to be grateful for what we have in a way where we can be mindful of how we use the materials that we're gifted. So when the Northern Native American people would work with buffalo, and perhaps they would kill a buffalo for the skins and the meat, they would use every single part of the buffalo. Nothing would be wasted. The hooves could be boiled down as glue, the bones could be used in other ways. And so in that way we demonstrate our gratitude for the being, for the offering that we have been given by nature and by the buffalo people themselves. The next one is unity. It's a really powerful message for me that's coming through, that this is particularly through the work I'm doing with drum. I hold drum circles and I birth drums with people. And when I work with drum, it teaches me about unity. And buffalo wants to teach us about unity too, because buffalo live in big herds. And they want to remind us how to live peacefully with each other and to help each other, to support each other, to come together. There's too much war and pain still on this planet that needs healing. And so buffalo medicine, I hope, will come through us individually and help us to all see a way forward through this troublesome time where humanity can finally remember that we are all one, that we are all connected. and that we need to let go of that fear of other. The next lesson, so we've got abundance, we've got unity, we've got peace. Those are the real main lessons that we're working with Buffalo. And so when you're working today with Buffalo, you might have your own question for Buffalo about your own journey of how to manifest abundance or how to make peace with a certain person. Maybe there's certain people in your community or within your family that you're struggling with that you'd like to find a way forward with. So you could set an intention today based on those principles, but you could also just set an intention on anything today. Or just go on a journey to meet Buffalo, and that can be the simple intention. It's good to go with your intentions clear so that when you get there, your answers are clearer too. The shamanic journey itself, now some of you will have journeyed with me before, but for anybody that's new, the way that I will guide you, we will be working with the gongs. The gongs are amazingly powerful for helping our left linear brain, that chatty monkey mind, calm down because they'll be entertaining our monkey mind. And then our right brain, our shamanic brain, can really get activated. That's our creative brain, our imagination, and it can feel into everything in the universe. So it can connect really easily when we activate it with Buffalo medicine, if we're calling that in. So that's my goal today, is that I help you to calm down that monkey mind, and I help you to connect in spiritually with Buffalo, working with the gongs as my support, and also the cacao will help with that very well as well. When I'm guiding you, I will first of all invite your body to relax more fully. So we'll just do a little practice of relaxing the body head to toe. Then I will invite you to activate your third eye consciousness, and I'll invite you to imagine it's like a little tiny white light right in the center of your mind. And we're going to expand it out into nature, and then we're going to bring it back till it's just a tiny point of light again. Once we've done that, then I will invite you to go on a journey into the lower realm. So the lower realm is where we can connect up with more of our shadow parts, animal spirits, tree spirits, landscapes, plant spirits. And so this is the best place for us to go when we're journeying to meet an animal spirit. I'll ask you to go on a journey, first of all, into a place in nature that you know of. So that could be a forest, it could be a garden, it could be a mountain, it could be a beach, anywhere at all. As long as it's a place that you've been to and you feel connected and you feel safe in. So I'm going to ask you to imagine that you're leaving like little Tinkerbell fairies, leaving through the crown chakra. It's flying out across the landscapes till it lands into the sacred space that you're going to begin your journey into the lower realm. Once we get into that place in nature, I want you to find a way to go down with your imagination, looking around. Where's the way to go down? It might be like a little rabbit hole, a bit like Alice in Wonderland's journey. It might be climbing into the door of a tree and climbing down a beautiful spiral staircase. We're going to go round and down, and we're going to pop out into the lower realm. Sometimes we pop out into a dark space like we're in a cave, or sometimes we pop out and we're immediately in a beautiful landscape. When we get there, we will call for the spirit of Buffalo to come. And Buffalo may come immediately, but you also may meet other spirit guides, other power animals. And when you do, if you do, that's okay. You can have many, many beings come through in one journey. Communicate with them. Speak with your... You can speak with your mouth open outside into the real world, or you can just speak with your imagination in your mind, your inner voice, whatever works for you. Then wait, be patient for the answers to come through. Don't expect something to immediately come back. And if no information comes back, sometimes it's because we've asked a question which isn't relevant to that spiritual being to guide us on. They are quiet and strong, the buffalo. Okay, so once we have had a conversation with buffalo, perhaps you go on a healing journey with them, then I will call you back to your body the same way as you left. So all the way up that spiral, up through into the place in nature, and then back home again. And when we've done that, we'll close sacred space, and you can spend some time journaling and reflecting on your journey and noticing what you've noticed during that experience. So what we really want to encourage you to do is to relax and let go of any expectation of what's coming. And just allow yourself to receive what you need to receive today. Okay, so I think you should all have had your cacao now, and it's okay if you haven't. You can pause this video, even if it's part of the live session that we're doing right at the start. Then you can pause the video and finish your cacao, get yourself settled in, and we will begin. So making yourself comfortable now, let us begin together to relax. You might want to lie down, you might want to sit up supported, closing your eyes. Maybe you've made the room a little bit dark so it's easier for you to use your mind's eye to visualize and imagine today. Starting to take some lovely long deep breaths, breathing in and breathing out. Long deep breaths help to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system is the one that helps us to rest and digest. Mama Cacao is also going to be melting through you at this point, helping to relax you from the inside out, raising your oxytocin levels, your natural ability to feel love, balancing your serotonin and dopamine so you feel happy and safe and satisfied, releasing enkephalins and endorphins which help to relieve pain and help you relax even more. So just allowing Mama Cacao to move through you. And let's also send a message from our nervous systems from the top of our head all the way to the tips of the toes to rest and relax now, knowing that Mama Earth is holding us safe in space. Relaxing through the forehead and into the eye area and around the eyes. Relaxing around the cheeks and the mouth and the jaw and the tongue. Relaxing down through the neck, all the way through the shoulders. Maybe you want to give your shoulders a little wobble, raising them up and down a few times to get them into a better position. Just dropping any of the burdens that you've been carrying. Relaxing down through the arms, the upper arms, the forearms, the hands and the fingers. Letting them go nice and relaxed and loose and limp. Relaxing down through the back, the muscles either side of the spine, across the chest. Allowing the ribs to expand out more every time you breathe in a long deep breath. Breathing in that delicious life-giving oxygen. Allowing that relaxation to spread down all the way through the torso into the lower abdomen and the lower back now, so that your belly muscles can rise and relax and soften when you breathe out again. Relaxing into the muscles around the hip area, allowing them to soften and slide into a more comfortable position. Relaxing into the hips, the thighs, all the way down through the knees, into the calves and the shins, then into the feet and the toes. Now we're going to start to activate our third eye, and we're going to do that by imagining that our mind is completely empty apart from a little tiny white light. That little tiny white light is like a sparkle, a star far away in the distance, and it starts to get bigger and brighter and bigger and brighter, like a shooting star coming towards you. It starts to get so big and bright now that it fills up the whole of your mind. And then it expands down through the neck, into the shoulders, into the arms, into the hands and fingers. It spreads down through the chest and the back and the torso, cleansing and activating every cell of the body, Coming down through the abdomen and the lower abdomen, into the hips and the thighs, through the knees, into the shins and the calves, the ankles, the feet and the toes. So that river of white fire that's melted through every part of your physical body is now ready to expand out of you into nature. Let's do just an inch to start with. Then we're going to fill up the whole of that protective bubble that we were cleansing earlier. So you feel as if you're inside a ball of pure white light. Just imagining it as best you can. Some of us visualize things, some of us feel things, some of us just have a sense of knowing, trusting, like you're listening to a radio play, which you kind of are. Now expanding that white light to fill up the whole of the space that you're in, the room that you're in. And feeling like it's a second skin, all the objects, maybe other beings that are in the room with you. You might be next to a friend who's journeying with you today, or you might have a pet with you, a cat or a dog or someone else with you. And all the objects in the room. And now let's expand even more. Let's go out of our rooms and out of the buildings that we're in into nature. And as we connect into nature, we can start to feel and sense the 5 elements and the beings that are in nature around us. Down beneath our feet, we can sense the earth, the rock. Perhaps you can feel the water element flowing through that space as well. Perhaps there's an underground stream, or just the moisture in that soil and that earth beneath you. Expanding upwards, you can sense the air around you. And perhaps you can feel the warmth of the sun. You might be doing this at night time, that's okay. Sensing the warmth of the atmosphere, or the coolness of that atmosphere around you as we're tuning into the fire element. If you're doing this during the day, you might be able to sense the fire coming from the sun's light. So we're connecting into the earth, the air, the fire, the water. And also, I want you to remember the ether. Ether is the space in between. It's the holder. It's the womb that holds all of creation energy. The space in between is just as important. This is the place we manifest from. There is no thing in the ether. A little bit like thought is not a thing, but it is real. Now we're going to start to call our energy field back into the room that you're in, drawing that energy field back until it's inside your bubble, drawing it back until it's inside your skin layer as well, remembering where you begin and end as a human being. Calling it all the way back into that tiny speck of pure white light in your mind's eye. Now thinking about a place in nature that you'd like to fly to, perhaps your garden or a forest or a mountain or a beach or somewhere else, and allow that little white light to fly out through the top of your head. And as it does so, it moves out of the space that you're in and starts to fly across the landscapes around you. Moving across the urban environments, the countryside, the fields, the farms, the forests, the lakes and rivers, the roads, the cities and towns. Maybe you're going across mountains or deserts or oceans. You start to see the place where you're going to come into land, coming into view. And you start to descend down into it. Like an aeroplane coming into land. You come down and you land in your sacred space in nature. Your feet touch the earth or the ground, just checking in the texture beneath your feet now, feeling the earth pushing up beneath your feet and noticing whether you're standing on rock or sand. Maybe you're standing on soil or grass. Sensing the temperature of the air around you, the time of day, the time of year that you're in. Now we are going to look around for a way to go down into the lower realm. So searching with your senses and feeling into the space, where is there a portal into the lower realm? If you've done this journey before, you may recognize it immediately. If you're new to this way of working, just looking for a place where you could descend. It could be a hole in the roots of some trees. You might want to go through a doorway in the tree itself. Sometimes we go through the entrances of caves or dive down through a body of water like a mermaid. Tuning into your way to descend now. We walk to that place where we're going to go through the portal. Let's go together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Start to descend down and round and down and round and down and round. We're going on a journey into the lower realm to connect with the spirit of buffalo. Down and round and down and round. We're going on a journey into the lower realm to connect with the spirit of buffalo. Down and round and down and round. Deeper and deeper we go, and we can feel our consciousness shift as we go on this journey to connect with the spirit of buffalo. And we feel ourselves starting to come into land in that lower realm. Noticing where you've arrived, feeling the ground beneath your feet again. Noticing whether you feel as if you're standing on rock or sand or grass or earth. Is it light or is it dark? Are you in a cave or are you in a landscape already? If it's dark, this is your imagination. You can create some light. You might want to light a torch, or perhaps if you're in a cave and you can see the end of the tunnel, you might walk towards it so that you can see more easily. And now we're going to call for the spirit of buffalo. Spirit of buffalo, come and meet me. Buffalo may arrive when they come looking like a buffalo. They may come alone, they may come with a herd, or they may arrive in a human form. There is a legend of a white buffalo calf woman that came to the Lakota tribe over 1,000 years ago to teach them about peace and unity and harmony with nature. It's possible that she might show up for you today. Calling in the spirit of buffalo and waiting patiently. And when they come, or when another being comes, communicate with them and ask them if they're here to guide you on the journey today. Connect with them like you would any new friend. Explain who you are, your name, why you're here, any intentions that you're carrying with you. You can let this journey unfold naturally, and you can also guide it yourselves with your imagination like you're making up a story, and that's all perfectly fine. This is a co-creation with the universe. We are working with the universe to create this journey, and we are calling in the spirit of buffalo to guide us and co-create with us today. You might want to ask buffalo how they live their life, what's important to them, and what lessons they have for you individually and for humanity. Now I'm going to let you journey by yourselves now, continuing to follow your intuition and enjoy the journey, and I will call you back in a little while to your bodies when the time is right. But for now, just enjoy the experience. guiding you home very soon. So just spend the last minute of your journey in this lower realm, completing any tasks, any conversations with your buffalo or whoever you're connecting with this day. Start coming home again. So invite any guides that you're with to help you to navigate back to the portal, the entrance into the lower realm that you came through. If you've travelled from that place, just making your way back through the landscapes, finding your way back to the portal now. Thanking your guides, the power animals, the spirit guides, any other beings that have come with you. And now I'm going to start to pull you home again. So start to feel yourself being pulled up and round and up and round and up and round. You're connected to your body by a silver cord. Allow it to reel you in. You come up all the way until you pop out through the crust of the earth into your place in nature. And then you're immediately lifted up from that place, carried across the landscapes, all the way across the fields and the farms, the forests and the lakes, the urban environments and the countryside, mountains and oceans, valleys and rivers, coming back all the way now to the landscape of the place where your body is resting. Feeling yourself coming down into land, into the place where your body is resting, whether it's in a building or nestled somewhere outside. Coming back in through the crown chakra, coming fully back into your body, wiggling your hands and toes, taking some long deep breaths, becoming fully present in this physical middle realm again. And as you do that, also remembering all of the experiences as best you can. Just like when we wake up from a dream, bringing it in from that right brain creative imagination through into the left brain, which will help us to make sense of things and integrate them into this realm. As I was journeying with you, I was remembering so many more of the lessons from buffalo, the strength that they have, the support they give us to release our burdens into the earth that we are carrying. Sometimes we carry other people's problems with us when we need to let them own them themselves. So whatever you've been carrying, I hope you've managed to release some stress. I hope you've managed to receive some strength from your journey today, some harmony, and any other information that came through for you. So many other lessons. So we're going to say goodbye to the 7 directions now before I let you go completely. So we're all back to being just ourselves again and not hyper connected to that spiritual realm, not hyper aware. And normally we would do it with a rattle, but today I feel it would be appropriate for us to do it with the beautiful buffalo drum Heyoka. Heyoka would like to join us in ceremony in this small way. And so I'm going to play the drum to release symbolically the 7 directions with you now. So let's turn to face east, or just with your imagination connecting in with the east. Beloved spirits of the east, we want to thank you. We want to thank the dawn and the rising sun. We want to thank this new day, this opportunity to rebirth ourselves and begin again. We want to thank the condor and the eagle for helping us to fly high with our intentions today into the ether, wingtip to wingtip with Great Spirit, helping us to manifest the abundance that we're calling in and all the other dreams and intentions that we share with you today. We thank you and release you. Aho. Connecting in with our friends in the south, we want to thank the water, the flow of life, the day and the warmth of the noon sun. We want to thank our friend the snake, who teaches us how to shed the past. This is also another one of the lessons from Buffalo. So thank you, thank you, thank you for helping us with that today, so that we can evolve and step into our power. And also, snake, the same as Buffalo, teaches to be soft with the earth, to remember that she's our mother and that we are all connected. We thank you and release you, spirits of the south. Connecting in with our friends in the west, we want to thank you today for guiding us into the shadow, into the lower realm, protecting our medicine wheel. We want to thank the earth and the fertility of life. We want to thank the dusk and the setting sun. We want to thank you with so much gratitude, so much support that you've gifted us through this journey today. We thank you. We thank Mama Jaguar for protecting us, and we release you. Ho. Calling and thanking our friends in the north. We release you today, the air, the clarity of thought. We want to thank the night and the bright moon shining, and we want to thank our ancestors. And this also includes not just the human being ancestors, but all the beings on earth who have passed before us, and all those that we're yet to become. We are all related. And we want to thank Hummingbird for guiding us on this journey and home again, and reminding us to only accept the best in our lives. And we release you. Aho. Now we're going to come down and connect with the earth beneath our feet, humbling ourselves in her presence. We want to thank Mama Earth and all our earth relations, the plant people, the stone people, the animals, the mushrooms, the friendly bacteria, and all the beings that are here who are invisible as well. We thank you and we release you, our friends. Aho. We want to thank the sky realm. Father Sky, thank you for wrapping your loving arms around us and protecting us, and we release you. Thank Grandmother Moon and release you. We thank Grandfather Sun and release you. And we want to thank the cosmic realm relations, the star nations, and we release you. Aho! Oh, got an extra special noise there for the star nations. And now we want to tune into Great Spirit, connecting with our hearts, thanking Great Spirit for this experience of being together in the matrix of all that is, this experience of consciousness and our place herein. We thank you, Great Spirit, for hearing our prayers today and for helping us to understand the true nature of abundance so that we can manifest it. We thank you and release you. Aho. And we thank you and release you. Okay, thank you, Aoka. And thank you, everybody, for joining us in ceremony today. I hope that you will join us again very soon. It's been a pleasure working with you. I want to remind you to like and subscribe this channel and this video as well, to help us to promote these free ceremonial cacao offerings. And also thank you especially to those who have been generous and have managed to donate a little bit towards these ceremonies as well, helping us to continue to do this work for free. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you in ceremony soon.